This is the second part of the introduction to the line function videos. We've covered the basics of using the line function, and now we're going to add some style functions to it to change its color and its width. Get excited. All right. So as always, I can start a program with using comments. Again, comments are a way I can add notes or other words that aren't interpreted as code by the processing application. So I can put my name on it. I, of course, want to add acknowledgments, even if I'm not getting any help. You guys don't need to acknowledge these videos. You get them included. I assume that you're going to get help from me. Videos, haiku, stuff on haiku, that's fine. It's just other people or the processing website or wherever else you might learn or explore material. Okay, so we want to start with size. I'm going to go again with 500 pixels by 500 pixels. You can choose a different size as long as it's big enough to contain your program and small enough that it fits on the screen. Though for learning purposes, it's really helpful when we're first starting to plot things out if you stick with this, the same size I have. For my background color, a quick shortcut, and we'll go more into different ways you can express color as parameters. If you want a white background, 255 is a shortcut for white. You don't need to go get the code. The code for white, is pretty much the only one I have memorized, is 6 capital Fs. That's also white, but it's easier to put 255, and we'll review in the future why 255. It's not random. There's a real reason why. Or if you want, you can go back up to Tools and go back to the color selector, choose your color family, choose your the color of your dreams, and copy that in. I've got my output window now. I'm going to add my first line. Take a stab at making a horizontal line of any length. So pause the video, see if you can make a horizontal line. How'd it go? So now I'm going to make a horizontal line. I'll go from maybe 50 pixels over, 100 pixels down, to 200 pixels over, 100 pixels down. You're reminding again, to make horizontal lines, your Y values will always be the same. And that's fine, but it's just a plain black line. The default width is 1 pixel thick. If I wanted to make it make a thicker line, the function is stroke weight. There's a capital W in there, and again, processing is case sensitive. Anytime a function is a compound word, it'll still be all one word, no spaces, because otherwise the program won't know it's all one function. And that capital letter in there just makes it easier to read. So that's a convention across programming languages. Most of them, if you've got any kind of word that is a compound word, the second or sometimes even third and fourth, depending how many words are smushed together, letter to the word will have a capital letter to start it off with for ease of reading. Okay. That being said, stroke weight takes just one parameter, and that's how thick you want the line to be. So if you say 5, it's going to be 5 pixels thick. If you say 15, it's going to be 15 pixels thick. Anything much more than that, it starts looking more like, I don't know, like a rounded rectangle than anything else. And if we want to change its color, it doesn't matter if this comes before or after stroke weight, but it has to come before the line function. So just like adjectives, stroke, weight, and this other function, stroke, which is the color of the line, need to come before the line that it modifies. So it's stroke. Go back up to the color selector, copy my code for that dark teal color, paste it in, and now I'll have a dark teal line. If I wanted to make another line on the screen, I'll make it maybe a diagonal line this time. Maybe I'll go from 200, comma 200 to 400, comma 400. Diagonal. The same style functions will apply to any lines that come after it until you give those lines their own style function. So if I want this one to be not as wide, I could say stroke weight 2. And if I wanted it to be a different color, I could say stroke. Back up to the color selector. Lavender. And then the lines then are different. So style function need to come before the lines that they modify.